If it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Los Angeles Chargers and the Washington Commanders, and it's coming up next.
Just outside of the nation's capital in nearby Landover, Maryland. Welcome in. We're getting a look at the enormous Northwest Stadium. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Huard. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as a default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Here to begin this one is Cameron Dicker. And we're off and running from Landover. Brings in the kick at the 9. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jayden Daniels.
Jayden's the closest thing we've seen to Lamar Jackson. And while there's only one Lamar Jackson, the two-time MVP, Jayden's going to push him a little bit in this league. He is a tremendous athlete. Over 1,000 yards rushing down the SEC, and he's just got the instincts, the feel to know when to run it. And man, he can also sling it. A quick, compact, accurate release. I can't wait to watch this guy's skill set unfold in the NFL.
It's a pickup of 11, and that'll be good for a Washington first. Markers reset, ball at the 37. A tight end in motion now. First and 10, a run to Robinson. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Out of the gun, Daniels. Along the sideline, Brown brings it in. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Shotgun snap to Daniels. He finds Brown right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 26-yard pickup there, and the Commanders will have a first.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
First carry now for Austin Eckler. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Second down now, 7 to go. Running left is Robinson. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
Working inside the red zone. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Had that one, but just couldn't see it through. And now it's second down.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
He's on the move. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders finish up an excellent opening series. Jaden Daniels with the touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, getting your offense established and into top gear right here early on.
Austin Seibert on to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. Darius Davis to return it. This return makes it up to the 25. So now we'll get a look at the other offense as the Chargers take the field. They'll be led out by someone known for putting up numbers since he entered the league back in 2020, the Oregon product, Justin Herbert.
True story. First time I saw Justin Herbert at a Pac-12 Media Days, I thought, that can't be Justin Herbert. That guy looks like a defensive lineman. He is massive. But then you watch him play and you realize he's one of those 6'5", 6'6" guys that's the athlete of a 6'2". The way that he moves so effortlessly, the way that rocket arm could throw the ball all over the field. Been hyper productive statistically. Kind of like that Fouts guy that wore the lightning bolt before him. On any given Sunday, this guy can put on a show.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Herbert from the gun. On target to Dobbins. And that will not be enough for a first down.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
On 3rd and 2, Herbert. Complete out to the right side. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it brings up an LA first down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
The rookie from Michigan, there that time.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
On 2nd down, here's Dobbins. This is ahead for about 5. Marshawn Lattimore up from the secondary for the stop. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on 3rd down.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
We had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
And there was nobody down there to get it. Punt hit at the 7, but continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Play fake here, Daniels. Chased out to his right. Now here he goes. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Time now for the second quarter. Commanders in possession. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Robinson on the inside give. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Running it after the penalty. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Sent to the ground by Khalil Mack.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Now Daniels off the play action. That's brought in by Luke McCaffrey. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on the drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Derwin James picks it. And the Chargers get the football on the first turnover of the contest. He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, boy, Brock, that lane had closed, and someone was there to make a play on it.
Now, what you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go pick it off.
The Chargers getting their offense set for their second drive. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Throwing on first is Herbert. This is reeled in by Joshua Palmer. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And the Chargers will have a first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Herbert on first down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. He's got it near the 10. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Well, he came down a little awkwardly after making that tackle. Looks like he's in some discomfort now. We're going to have medical head out to check on him. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Herbert throwing again. He brings it in. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. It's Herbert once more. And they will score. Touchdown, LA! The Chargers parlay the interception into points. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chargers tie this game 7-7. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Return coming from the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. And it's going to be interesting to see, Brock, if they're a little rattled. Seeing that interception end up costing them the lead. Things all tied up now.
Okay, maybe a little rattled, but these are pros. And part of that is understanding. Those guys on the other side, they're capable of making plays too. The key now is to go atone for it and get that lead back.
Give them a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Straight ahead, it's Brown. Jukes out a one-stop. He's got a gain of 6 there. Sent to the ground by Khalil Mack. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard. That's the 2-minute warning in what has been a defensive battle. The Commanders looking for a score before halftime. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. He's going to lob one deep down the left sideline. This is caught inside the 15. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. From the red zone now. Catch is made in close. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Option play, here's a give to Eckler. Launches, and he's got it, touchdown! The Commanders get some late points and the lead. It's an Austin Eckler touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Seibert now to add the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders break that tie and now lead by 7. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. On the return, here comes Davis. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Completed over the middle. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Frankie Louvu there for the tackle.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Chargers hurrying to the line as the seconds tick away. Here's 2nd and 5. Finds him on the crossing route. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. Hits his running back. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Now Herbert again. Has it down close. And this is down all the way to the 3. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate, but the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Putting the tight end in motion. Herbert to throw once more. And he can't hang on. Touchdown in his arms. But it slips through. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
The Chargers sending out Dicker the kicker to add 3 to the board. Only a 20-yarder here. Brown's kick is up and good. And it's dropped back down to a 4-point game.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback, this drive starting from the 30. Drops to a knee, and that pesky final second runs off. So we're to the end of our first half. It's halftime from near the nation's capital. The Commanders pulling in front after 2. Now down the coast we go to Orlando, Florida, in our studio there. Jonathan Coachman waiting by with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both these teams making their way out of the tunnel, and we're ready for the second half. And for the call, we send it back to Kate Scott and the other blonde bomber, Brock Hewer.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. Has this at the 6. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Chargers are getting the ball back as J.K. Dobbins runs out there. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up second down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's the first give to Gus Edwards. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Throwing now, Herbert. Finding Hurst. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
That last shot took him right down to the front of the red zone. Here's first down. Working inside the red zone. On the move, headed right. He tucks it and takes off.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
2nd and 3 now. Here's Herbert. This throw is caught. And that's a Los Angeles touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
Dicker on now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers push their lead to 3.
Commanders 14.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. They find themselves trailing after the opening drive touchdown, and heck, it really set up to be an entertaining second half if they're able to answer here. Complete, it's McLaurin. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 36. He'll get this one to Brown. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Shotgun snap to Daniels. He'll get it complete to Brian Robinson Jr. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Commanders will have a first.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. An option give to Robinson. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run, and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the gun, it's Daniels. That's complete. Here's Brown. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Daniels on first down. Escapes the pocket. He'll step up. And they will score! Touchdown, Washington! The Commanders grab the lead on their first series of the half. Jaden Daniels with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist, and you got to be an artist that can create when things break down, and that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Seibert tacks on the point after. And the Commanders take a 4-point lead. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. On the return, here comes Davis. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Chargers are being led back out on offense by Justin Herbert here. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Beginning on the ground here with Dobbins. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. That was Jonathan Allen on the tackle.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 32. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Herbert from the gun. Johnston brings it in. It's a pickup of 11. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Now a give to Edwards, running left. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. The Chargers have the ball, and they're going to need to score. They come in trailing. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Couldn't make the connection, was looking for Lat McConkey. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
On third down, Herbert completes beyond the marker. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
First down, ball at the 36. Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
They bring the tight end in motion. 2nd and 13. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
Timing is everything in life. And timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Herbert now. Forced out to his right. He's running for it.
You know, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunky yards, but still some work to do to get that first down.
Offense looking confident, but they need 4 here on 4th down. Looking to throw. Able to hit Palmer, complete. And he's brought down after a short gain. And they do not get a desperately needed first down. He doesn't make it, and they still trail after the turnover on downs.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now Daniels off the play action. Fits it through the middle. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They get 22 on that one. And the Commanders will have a first.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he gets some good yardage down to the 42. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington first. Markers reset, ball at the 37.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Staying with Robinson. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. The drive picks up here. 1st and 10. Another carry for Robinson. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. The Chargers call a timeout. That's their last one. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Second down now, 7 to go. Now the shotgun give to Eckler. And he got there to make the stop at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 7.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Back to throw it. Throw left side, complete. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Commanders breaking out the victory formation here as he goes to a knee.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So next to the nation's capital, it's a home win for the Commanders. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? Both.
All of us.
Yeah,
all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now, and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.